No longer sitting at the RBC Canadian Open, but it's all good.
I wish I was.
Good to see you, too.
Wish I
the
was.
Pro-Am wizard. Look at you go.
Just everything he touches, eh?
2 years in a row. And don't even tell me that one of those two players that were in the playoff, Tommy Fleetwood or Tricky Nicky Taylor, DM'd you after that, because it didn't happen. But I will say, what a coinky-dink. 2 years in a row, your guys are playing in a playoff.
Yeah, it was like watching your two children, fight it out yesterday, watching my guy Tommy and my guy Nick. Two students of mine, two guys I walked the fairway with, two guys.
Dude, hang on a sec. If I saw you beside Lawrence Applebaum with an umbrella, standing with I swear to God, I would have ran to that golf course and fought you on the green, like Adam Hadwin. Like Adam Hadwin.
Exactly, like Adam Hadwin. I think I could have had access to that if I was there on Sunday, but I wasn't there on Sunday. But man, what a scene. And you want to know the truth? There's the cool scene behind. There's Lawrence.
He loves
front
it.
Center, eh? Front
he was pretty excited, as he should be. You want to hear the truth? Because I saw your little tweet last night. I had a FaceTime with Nick Taylor last night. A little FaceTime via a friend. And said congratulations on behalf of the show. I said on behalf of the show, the three of us are ecstatic for you. We're big fans.
Hang on a sec. That was a joke, that tweet, and you're telling me you did
He's
FaceTime
claiming
Nick
that he
Taylor?
did.
Yeah, there was a FaceTime.
He's lying.
There was a
you were
FaceTime.
Nick Taylor was with Bobby Weeks or L.A., and you got a FaceTime from them.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Just a quick one. On behalf of Jeff O'Neill, Jamie McLennan, I thought I was doing you guys a favor. I wanted to congratulate him.
I'm
on
so
behalf
proud.
Of the show.
I'm so proud. Like I saw that tweet and I was laughing. So there's so much to unpack here, because what great theater. But I saw the tweet go out. I saw the tackle. I didn't see it live. I would pay $1 million to see that live again. How many times did you guys watch it? 350 times? Like, it is
dozens and dozens of times.
We have a revised version of the tackle. Hayes. I don't know if Joe from the Bridge is privy to it yet, but we'll get it to him the way I wanted the tackle to go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can doctor it up and get it to Joe from the Bridge.
All right.
Yeah.
I think I have a feeling I know where that one's going.
It's the greatest. But honestly,
man,
what
that security guard, like, did you see him come around the edge like an outside linebacker? Because, Taylor and his caddy are there, and the security guard comes around. That's Lawrence Taylor.
That is.
He's like, I am going after that quarterback, and Joe Theismann was Adam Hadwin. He's like, I'm going to kill this guy.
But, dude, I get it. You gotta play by the rules, right? You got to assume. I'm assuming. I don't know what the details are for the security people at that tournament, but doesn't one part of you think this guy's got a bottle of Dom Perignon in his hand? I don't know. I guess you can't look at a guy and say, does he look like a golfer? Or maybe his detail is anyone comes on the green that you don't recognize, you take him down. I don't know.
Listen, I thought it was great because, you know what? It could have been a goon that just jumped over the rope. He's wearing a hat. He's got a beard. He's got a hoodie on. Like, I know they were all wearing hoodies.
Right.
The only guy who had a suit on was Lawrence Applebaum.
Yeah.
But everyone else was casual, and they had access. But the security guard was just doing his job. I thought it was brilliant, but I thought Hadwin handled it very well too. The funny part is Taylor's caddy was like, what are you doing? Like, went right into there.
Right.
Like, he saw that was Hadwin. Everyone else
Absolutely.
did. It was awesome.
It's a scenario where this is where we need journalism really to take over, because we need someone to dig deep into what the marching orders were for security, right? Like before the tournament and certainly before the playoff. What the reaction was from the head of security afterwards, what that individual security guard or person was possibly thinking in the moment. And I will say, I have a huge amount of credit and time for Adam Hadwin, because he could have made it exponentially worse.
He could have said, I'm taking you to court, mister. I got a broken collarbone. I got a concussion, and I'm a mess, and I can't play in the U.S. Open next week, and you and your company are going down.
Exactly. If he got injured, now that door may have been open. But he could have gotten up and snapped. He could have He's had so much fun with this, and I love that. Obviously, it was a misinterpretation of the highest regard that Adam Hadwin gets speared, absolutely trucked like Goldberg from WCW days. But he gets up, has fun with it, and it's all good. And it just adds to the theater of the moment where Nick Taylor, that was the pinnacle moment in Canadian golf history. Like, that moment is the putt now. Right, it's a where were you when it happened moment, and you could just say it's Nick Taylor's putt, and everyone will know what that means. And like I was thinking back on Weir's Masters in 03, Brooke Henderson's multiple majors, they didn't have like a moment where Mike Weir didn't chip in on 18 to win the Masters. If anything, Len Matisse puked away the playoff. Mike Weir 3-putted to win the green jacket in the playoff. Brooke Henderson, obviously they had incredible moments during the week, but it was an accumulation of 72 holes that led to a major championship. And that is always going to be bigger in terms of the big picture of what happened historically, clearly. Winning a major, both on the men's side and the women's side. But in terms of a moment in time, it is so clear-cut number one now. And I don't think there's a close
do not come at us saying we're not respecting Weirzy or Brooke Henderson.
No, they won the majors.
The way that putt went in, like, it was just, you're right, it was the moment. There was a lot of talk about Davies and the goal, like how it should be. This was the moment in Canadian golf. Like, it was just, it broke the streak, the way it happened, the playoff. It was just incredible theater. It was awesome to watch.
But
since Tiger, sorry, Jamie, Tiger, Hayes, we were all Tiger fans. Like, that guy went, I have never jumped off my couch for a putt going in like that ever in my life. My wife was concerned. She said, what the hell happened down there? And it was so emotional hearing him talk about his family. By the way, we should also, maybe tomorrow, do a top 5 list of players who need a pep talk from Nick Taylor's wife. Because that dude was 75, 3 over par, and got a pep talk from his wife and went out and won the golf tournament.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Well, you know what's amazing? A couple things to add on to that. That 18th hole, let's call it what it was. The players hated the 18th hole. They hated it. They hated the way it played, the way it's set up. And yet, it became the host of the moment. And now I would argue that 18th green is probably the most famous green in Canada. It's probably the most famous green in Canada, and likely will be for a long time.
At the Abbey, you know how many people drop a ball in the bunker and say, hit the Tiger Woods bunker shot?
Exactly.
People will drop the ball on that green if there's pins anywhere near there and say, I want to try the Nick Taylor putt.
Right. Pace it out 72 and try to make Nick Taylor's putt. It becomes the spot that you got to try. Every time you're at Oakdale, you got to do it. And 2 idiot kids, 2 junior members, will pull off the Hadwin security move, I would say, by later this afternoon. Right?
Yes,
maybe by the end of the week. That's going to happen, too.
I think it's going to be, like, Hayes, you were talking about where were you? It's just going to be known as the putt.
Right.
Like, that's really what it is, because where were you when you saw the putt? Because, it's so ingrained. Like, when you watch that, like 72 feet, what is it, 72, 6 inches? Like, that was
amazing.
I don't think anybody, I kept thinking, I hope he 3-putts this just to, like, I kept thinking, like, it's going to be close.
2-putt wasn't a lock noodles.
No, that's what I mean.
Out.
Like,
Not even close.
From that distance, and the way both of them were kind of all over the map. Mm-hmm. Fleetwood had put one out of bounds the 2 holes earlier.
Yeah, 2 holes earlier, right.
It was just it was kind of a mess, but what an unbelievable finish. And, the fans getting involved, like, you couldn't have asked for a better scenario.
It was incredible.
I think as it went on, there were more and more people just engaged with it. Like, there was no flicking the channel, going back and forth. And it was like, we are dialed in here until this gets sorted out. And I honestly thought, I wasn't sure how that was going to unfold, because Fleetwood might have been in a better position heading into that last putt.
Well, he had 3 chances to close on the 72nd hole. Like, parring that hole is a disappointment for these guys.
Right.
And he pars it on the 72nd hole. He birdies that. We don't go to a playoff. Fleetwood wins by 1.
Right.
Fleetwood had a winning putt on the second playoff hole. Actually, he drains the birdie on the first playoff hole, which makes Taylor, have to hit a 6-footer, which was ice in the veins.
Right.
And then Fleetwood in the second and the third had an opportunity to win it. and couldn't do it. And he's a great putter. Like, he rolls the rock very, very well. He had a great opportunity. Tommy Fleetwood, he's never won on the PGA Tour. He's got to be looking back on that today saying, I can't believe I parred 18 the 72nd hole. I can't believe I didn't make that putt on the second or the third playoff hole, where all of it just gets, blown up in smoke. And then it's still remembered as a great tournament, but it becomes the VJ Weir tournament where another Canadian couldn't get it done in a playoff. And that becomes the story. Instead, Fleetwood couldn't get it done, and Nick Taylor not only wins, but he wins on a bomb putt, 72 feet, which makes it that much more incredible. And I know you guys goof on me all the time about me and Nick Taylor, but he was my boy in the Pro-Am last year. He saw me go, he saw me shoot extremely well last year. And ever since then, we've been buddies. And I told you guys, I saw him on Thursday, and I pulled a Chris Farley, Paul McCartney type move. I didn't tell you this in the moment because, honestly, I thought his tournament was done. Everyone did. He shot 75 on Thursday. So I see him. We're up in the suite just off the 18th green, and I'm sitting there talking to him.
What are you talking about? We were working with you.
This was earlier in the afternoon. He went out early on Thursday. This was like 2:30 before I walked over to the booth. And so I go up to him, hey, how are you? We're doing a little stop and chat. And then we're talking about 18 because everyone had been buzzing about how guys were playing 18. And I knew he had played poorly on Thursday. I didn't know what he did on 18.
8 to 7.
Dude, he doubled it.
Yeah,
So I go up to him, and I go, so what'd you do out here? Like, basically, like, what'd you birdie it? Do you have an eagle putt? Like asking him, like, how did you play it? Assuming he was going to say, 4-iron, hybrid, got up and down. And he goes, well, I really butchered it. And I'm sitting there thinking, what a stupid question. Like, this guy.
Stupid-ass question.
So stupid. And I remember walking away. I'm like, all right, Nick, good luck, man. Thinking this guy's done. Like, his bags are packed for L.A. And sure enough, he goes on to actually win the tournament.
Unbelievable.
Just incredible. Like, he bogeyed 16, bogeyed 17, doubled 18 on Thursday. He's T120 with 54 holes to go and ends up winning it.